Okay, so I made that intro. I hope you guys like it. I really don't know how good it looks or anything. I just picked one that I liked and made it. Forgive my clock over there, whatever it's doing. And so, today's video, I just realized none of you have ever seen me without my glasses until now. Which is because I need them to see everything. So now I want to talk about, I guess technically it'd be a testimony, right? And if you don't know what a testimony is, it's like where you've been praying about something to happen and then God answers your prayers regardless of what the answer is, and you talk about like how it was answered. And I guess I'm gonna add kind of what I've learned from this experience. So we're gonna be talking about jobs today. So back in March of 2019, I got hired out of school as an aide, an EDC aide, which is basically like a glorified babysitter. And so I worked there from March until September, and then I got fired for allegedly not doing my job. Which doesn't make sense to me, because how could someone work for 6 months while not doing their job and work for 6 months? Like, if I owned a business or I was a supervisor and I hired someone and I saw that they were not doing their job, I would let them go long before the probationary period ended, right? So September 25th I got fired, and of course they didn't tell me until I worked my full shift that was going to be my last day, which got on my nerves, because you could have told me like at the beginning and I would have not have worked for you for a free day. I would have left. And maybe the school district could quit hiring people if they quit firing and making the work environment so terrible that people keep leaving. But that's just me. So I guess getting fired to me at least was a blessing, because I didn't like working there, and the people there didn't like me. I could tell they had their cliques that went out to drink on the weekend, and I'm not old enough to drink, and if I was, I still wouldn't. So I really didn't fit in anywhere. But these are all people that have worked together for like 5, 6, 7 years, and me and the friend that I made there, we had just barely came in that school year. And so I really think I got fired for questioning authority, because the lead that we had was new, and she acted every day like she didn't know what she was doing, because she'd always walk around saying, "Oh, I'm so overwhelmed. Oh, we're understaffed." Full staff was 15, and at the time that she was saying that, we had 17 people working. So how can you be understaffed when you have extra people working? She got on my nerves. I knew she didn't like me, and hopefully she knew I didn't like her, and we just kept our distance. But my supervisor, who was above her, told me when I got hired that I would be trained in every position, so if someone wasn't there, I could fill in. I wasn't. And that I would be trained in all these things that I had no idea existed. Like an incident report, I'd heard of it. I didn't know where they were. I didn't know how to fill one out in case a child got hurt. So looking back, I'm glad I don't work there if I wasn't going to be trained to my fullest potential. Like, if I want to work somewhere, I want to know everything I can, because everything's useful somewhere, right? Okay, so when I brought up to my lead aide that the supervisor had said that I would be trained in every position when I worked there, you guys, she literally said verbatim, she doesn't know what she's talking about because she doesn't work here, so she needs to be quiet. Y'all, when I tell you I was shook, how could you say that about your own boss and expect to still keep your job? But I guess that's how favoritism works, right? So my supervisor told me that if I had any questions, like literally anything, do not be afraid to ask. And so I started asking my worker friend just to see her opinion on why the lead aide, the one that I didn't like, I still have her phone number, by the way. I don't know why I'm keeping it for, but I still have it. I started asking my friend, like, why do you think she's only enforcing rules on half of us? On the new people, she's like enforcing rules Okay, so my birds had a baby and it just fell off the perch. Hold on. Okay, it's starting to learn how to climb, so that happens quite a lot. I'm sorry that it happened in. Anyways, I was asking my friend like what she thought about these things, and she agreed with me that it's not fair for the lead aide to be enforcing all these rules on the new aides and letting everything slide with the older ones, which I understand that newer aides have to be taught, but the job we were doing wasn't hard. It was watching children on a playground or in the cafeteria. Like, that's not challenging in any sense of the word. So I just didn't get why she was being so tough on us and being so relaxed with everyone else. Like, for example, like, I am someone that likes to follow the rules to a T because they're there for a reason. Like, if we weren't going to enforce the rules, there's no point in having them. So she told us, the new ones, the ones that got there first, don't come in through the cafeteria, go all the way around to the front of the school where the office is, come through the office, through the teacher's lounge, and then into the cafeteria, which was like an extra 5 minutes of walking, but who cares, really? It was just walking. But then she would if she was in the cafeteria, she would let people in through the cafeteria, which she told us not to come in through. And so I was like, that gets on my nerves so bad. Like, if you're gonna create a rule, first of all, that wasn't a rule, she created it. Enforce it on everyone, not just the ones you don't like. So, long story short, I got called into her office and she asked me why I was having problems. And I straight up told her, it's because you're not enforcing rules and that's on my nerves. And I don't understand why you're telling us to do this, but you're letting everybody else do this. Like, why? And she said that letting them come in through the cafeteria and making us going around was out of convenience. And I was thinking, yeah, it would be convenient to not have to walk around half of the school to get into where I need to be to work. So that happened. The next day I got fired. Whatever. I'm glad I didn't work there. But anyways, like I said way long ago in the video, it's a blessing that I'm not working there now, because I had been praying since I was having so many issues that if that's not where God wanted me to be, like, I'm glad He blessed me with the job, that way I could get the social experience. But if that's not where He wanted me to be, that He would remove me, and getting fired might have not been my removal of choice, but I'm not there, and I'm thankful for that, because I would have lost my mind working for that lady. So I've been unemployed, for about 10 months now, and that's a long time for someone that's eager to work and sees all these places that's hiring, allegedly hiring, like Taco Bell. Why does Taco Bell always have a sign that says now hiring if they're not? Because there's a difference between accepting applications and actively hiring. And so I just went back into prayer, and I prayed, like, Lord, I know there's somewhere you want me to be, and when the time is right, I'll find it. So, you know, that's just the prayer that I kept, and I prayed for a healthy environment with people that I would like and that would like me, and somewhere where I can just flourish, because I have so much potential, and I just wish someone would give me the chance to use it. And so, 10 months later, my mom told me that her friend had posted on Facebook that there was a new grocery outlet store opening in town, and that if you wanted to apply, you would send your resume to the email attached. And I was like, yeah, okay, they're probably not actually hiring yet, because it's not even open. What place hires before they're open? Except for like a few people to run the store when it opens. So I didn't apply right away. Birds are so annoying. And I was like, my mom had been telling me, oh, Larissa, this place is hiring. I'm just like, yeah, no, whatever. They're probably not. And I wouldn't apply. But something about this place, I was like, you know what? Just apply. The worst they can do is say no, like every other place has. So I applied, and I'm not really a fan of checking my emails daily. I let them kind of build up before I check them, because a little badge bugs me. And so I had like 50 whatever unread emails. So I was just scrolling through them, and I saw a reply to my email from Grocery Outlet that they would like to bring me in for an interview. And I was like, oh, okay, sure, when? It happened to be the next day at 9:30 in the morning. And anyone that knows me well enough knows that I am not a morning person. I do not get up before noon if I don't have to. If I wake up at 10, I will lay in bed for 2 hours. So I was like, really? 9 in the morning? All the way across town where I don't live? But we made it. I just realized that I always freeze this in the worst place possible when my face is not looking good. But anyways, I just, like, the interview was so early, and I'm not a morning person, that when my mom woke me up in the morning, I wasn't even gonna go. I was like, Mom, you know how much bad luck I've been having. We might as well not even go, just to get told no again. But, so when she left my room, I was kind of just laying in bed like, why do I have this gut feeling that I should go? So I made myself get out of bed and get dressed, and we went to the interview. And long story short, I was hired on the spot. You guys, I won't start until sorry, I got a little excited there. I won't start until next month when the store opens. But you guys, God is so good. He knew that that is where I was supposed to be, and he kept me. And he knew ahead of time that all this coronavirus stuff was going to happen, and that so many people would get laid off, and it wouldn't be fair to me to just be starting a job and then have to get let go because of the germs. If you guys are keeping up with the Republican side of the virus, you would see that it's not as bad as they say it is. That masks are useless. If they actually care, they would be recommending us to wear respirators, not a paper mask. Something that could that my brain does not want to work right now, but something that would filter air in and out. That's what they would be recommending, not a bandana. The other day in a video, I saw someone tape a tissue to their face. I'm like, you know how beyond useless that is? You might as well just not even wear one. Anyways, so I guess my testimony is that God is good and he is faithful, and you guys, if you just trust in God, that's what I learned. I learned that even though I might only see what's right in front of me, God sees the whole picture, and that he is worth trusting in because he is faithful forever. God is forever faithful, and he's not failed me, and he won't start now. And so that's it, guys. Just trust in God. Even when things seem bleak, God is still in control. He's still who he says he is. Just because you're going through something doesn't lessen how good of a God he is. And that's when you just need to pray. Stay in prayer. If you have time to worry and be anxious, you have time to pray. And so I guess that's it. I really don't know what else to do or what else to say. Trust in God and he'll be faithful. Oh, I have a new outro too, so you guys will get to see it. I hope you like it. If you have any ideas for like a different, like if you think I have an aesthetic or a theme, you could recommend me something to make a different one. I don't know, something that fits my channel. Like, I'm not really the cyberpunk kind of person, but honestly, if that was still in style, I'd be wearing it. Every time we go to the Halloween store, the spirit store, I am in the cyberpunk section. I'm like, oh, look at these goggles. I'm so weird, you guys. Well, you guys have a blessed day. God is good and faithful, and I'll see you next time. Oh, I'm sorry for being gone for so long too. I wanted to come back, but I was just going through so much in my mind that I didn't think it would be right of me to make a video in that time. But I have an idea for one, so maybe you guys will see me again soon. Who knows? Bye.